Hey guys, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about basic Syrian hamster care. So to start off, I'm going to talk about housing. The bare minimum size for any cage for any hamster is 450 square inches. Anything below that is considered inhumane and you shouldn't use for any hamster. Hamsters in the wild run up to like multiple miles a night, and they need a cage big enough to accommodate that. And so you always want a cage 450 square inches or bigger. And the most affordable cages, in my opinion, are DIY cages. The one I have, or ones, because I have two, which are connected by some tubes. And that's a bin cage, and this is an old cupboard. And together they measure over 1,000 square inches, which is so good for a Syrian hamster. And they're connected by some tubes. And in my cage, I have essentials, which you'll need for any Syrian hamster, including chew toys, hidey huts, bedding, wheel, food, water, everything else. But those are pretty much the essentials. And I'm going to talk about bedding first. I have right here Clean and Comfort small pet bedding. It's similar to like KT, Carefresh, like soft bedding, but this is super soft. This is like paper. And they come in these compact bags. They're the Clean Comfort small pet bedding. And it's odor control, dust free, and absorbs over twice like the amount of liquid. And you always want 6 inches of bedding. At least 6 inches of bedding in your cage. I have this is KT Clean and Cozy in here, and this is the Comfort one. And you want 6 inches of bedding at least. In my main part, I have 6 inches of bedding. And so you want chew toys, which are essential because hamsters' teeth never stop growing, and they need chew toys to gnaw on. Hidey huts to make them feel safe and to sleep in. Tubes, more toys. And most importantly, a wheel. And for Syrian hamster, minimum wheel is 8.5 inches, but you always want to go bigger. I have an 8.5 inch wheel here. That's perfect for I need to clean it. It's perfect for my Syrian hamster, Stuart. And you want to make sure their backs never bend on a wheel. That means their wheel is too small and they need a bigger one. And back bending is terrible because it can lead to really bad nerve problems if they hurt their back. But you always want a solid wheel. Never get a wire wheel because they can get bumblefoot. You can Google that later if you want to find out more about that. And so right here I have made a platform and stuff, and I like to do that because with different textures for my hamster to walk on and run on. Because it wears down their nails. You always want to make sure your hamster's nails are never overgrown. So you can easily do that by putting different rough surfaces in your cages and stuff, like that bridge, which is really good. And yeah, have a water bottle, which is essential in a hamster cage, food bowl, or you can scatter feed, depends. Chew toys in the back there, tubes, some more toys, and pretty much a really good cage for any hamster, a DIY cage with all the essentials in it. So moving on to diet. So for my hamster diet, I have his main food, which I love that food. My hamster loves it too. It's Bonanza, hamster and durable diet. It has a lot of seeds and different, hamster foods. And not a lot of pellets, which I find great because my hamsters never eat pellets. All the hamsters that I've ever had have never eaten pellets. I also have this gourmet recipe 40 diet food, which is really good. And you always want some treats for your hamster. Every now and then giving them a treat is good. And you also want to give them fresh veggies. I'm about to give my hamsters some mustard greens right here, which is safe. You can Google online which veggies are safe. And I have all these treats, which are really good. Some of them are healthy, some of them are sugary, which for the sugary ones you never want to give, over what it says on the serving size because, sugary isn't very good. but their main food consists of seeds, corn, pellets. It's very good, and you also want to supplement them with fresh veggies. Obviously, they're rodents, so they like to eat veggies and seeds. And so with the proper diet, bedding, chew toys, housing, and wheel, your hamster will have an awesome life. Like, this cage measures over 1,000 square inches. My hamster has not shown signs of like boredness or stress. He loves it. He goes up and down the tube to both levels. And it's a really good cage. And you can make things for your hamster out of popsicle sticks with safe glue and safe materials. And you can scatter feed like I do, but I also bowl feed just in case, he knows where the food is. But yeah, with the proper cage, which in my opinion DIY cages are awesome. They're fun to make and your hamster will enjoy them. With the proper cage, over 450 square inches, bedding, and food, your hamster will live a happy life. And a Syrian hamster, mine is Stuart, he's a black bear Syrian hamster. They're really easy to care for. They are the biggest type of hamster and the most common that you find in pet stores. And they make really good pets and they're really easy to care for. But it's a misconception that hamsters can live in those tiny wire cages you find in pet stores. You never want to do those wire cages you find in pet stores. They're expensive and way below 450 square inches. You can always Google things if you don't know what to do for a hamster, like what type of veggies are safe, what types of beddings are safe. For beddings, I forgot to say this, pine and cedar bedding and scented bedding is never okay for a hamster. Never, never, never. It's super dangerous. They can get respiratory problems because cedar and pine have chemicals in them, and soft and scented bedding too, and they can develop respiratory problems. So never cedar and pine bedding, never wired wheels, and never wire cages, like the small wire cages below 450 square inches you find at pet stores. But yeah, with the proper care, your hamster will have a nice life, and my hamster Stuart loves his cage, so I hope this gives you an idea on like if you want to build your own cage. It's really fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed, basic hamster care. Bye!